Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's Emory Huntazar, the playbook, and I'm Tyler Merkovich, bringing you a Week 14 showdown of the NFC East. It's the Philadelphia Eagles who have been on fire against the New York Giants, the Turnpike Series here. Giants get back on track, a bunch of big plays against the Cowboys. Now they're back in the race with Philadelphia. What are your keys to victory for the Eagles, though, who are playing great up front, the front four, led by Trent Cole, one of the most underrated players in the league?
They're going to have to make this game attract me, because you know the weakness of the Giants is the fact that they don't have team speed, so they have to make sure they play up-tempo football in order to force the Giants to match their intensity and match their tempo. Second, they're going to have to really stop Brandon Jacobs at the line of scrimmage. Once you get him stopped at the line of scrimmage, you're going to give yourself an opportunity for success, because it's going to push that offense back into second and long, third and long situations where they don't want to be. The Giants do well operating off play action, so you must win first downs defensively against the running game. Third, they have to let it fly like they did early in the season, attack the Giants secondary, the weak spot of that defense. You do have some burners out there on the flanks. Those are the keys to victory for Philadelphia.
Well, the Giants D-line stepped up. They made a couple plays with OC getting that fumble, but Tuck and OC really need to get after, disrupt that D-line, because if you give McNabb time with those fast receivers, and we don't even know if Deshaun Jackson will play yet, but you got Macklin too, and you got Avant, Reggie Brown as great possession guys, even Brent Selleck, so it's a nasty passing attack the Eagles have. What are your keys to victory for the G-Men?
Well, they have to control the X factor, which is none of those players that you named. Leonard Weaver has been impressive since he arrived in Philadelphia in the running game, keeping the chains moving. He's been that big thumper that they needed. So as well, you saw he made an outstanding catch last week, but he's been terrorizing off defenses in the passing game out of the backfield. So they really have to watch and key on Leonard Weaver, because if they can get him involved in the offensive game plan, then the Eagles have another weapon to attack that defense. So they really have to shut down Weaver. Second, operating off play action is the best for the Giants, especially Eli Manning, those good receivers that they have, if they can catch the football. They may not have deep speed, so in order to operate off play action, they really have to get the running game going against the Eagles front, neutralize pressure by running right at it. That has to be the key. Do not panic. That's number 3. If the Eagles get up on you, don't panic and get into a pass-happy mode. The Eagles would rather you do that, because they can win those matchups with those speedy defensive backs. But they really have to run the football to develop that play action, and they can't panic. I still like the Eagles in this matchup. Speed over the Giants secondary is going to be crucial. If the Giants panic, then it's going to be another blowout like it was in the first game.
I think Ahmad Bradshaw is the difference here. If he holds on to the ball, he's one of the most explosive in the league. And if they keep making big plays and prevent the Eagles from having big plays, who had 3 gains of 43 or more through the air against Atlanta, that really handicapped them, helped them win that game. I think the Giants, it's obviously going to be cold. It's going to be hard to throw there. So that's going to favor the Giants. As the weather gets worse, it favors the Giants. So I'm taking Big Blue here.
Well, it's going to come down to special teams matchup. You look at the kicking game, who can make the kicks, who can show up the special teams, because you know the special teams was able to thrash the Giants last matchup with Jackson, but they do have enough returners in Macklin and company. McCoy can also get back there and return.
Giants, Hickson also, so that could be a key difference right there. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.